We welcome Rabbi Etiel Goldwicht, founder and president of Value Group in Jerusalem. Rabbi, I see you are smiling. Today is the 23rd of Sivan, a significant day on the Jewish calendar, a day of impossible miracles. Its timing, its significance cannot be more miraculous in this war against Iran. So please help us understand the significance of this day in history, looking back at Persia and why it's been seen right now as so relevant. What can you tell us?
Yes, Benita, it's very rare to have a very specific date like we have today. The 23rd of the month of Sivan, which is the month that we're in right now, is actually not a date that is well known to many people. Normally, we commemorate the miracle of being liberated from Persia, from the first Iranian regime, if one could say so, on Purim, which is the day of where everything flipped over. But the truth is that it all happened on this day. This is the day where the Jewish people their whole attitude about themselves has changed because they were given permission to defend themselves. And the moment they were given that permission, something amazing happened. I'll just take you back in a little bit in history. According to ancient Jewish wisdom, this story took place around 2,400 years ago, after the destruction of the first temple, when the Jews were exiled. And it was around 70 years, around maybe even 77 years like we have today, after the exile. And they wanted to come back to the land of Israel and rebuild the second temple. But there was an Iranian regime. Iran didn't exist at that time, but it was the Persian Empire, and Haman wanted to destroy the Jewish people across the entire world. And he set out a decree to do it. But it was on this day, around 400 years ago, that the Jewish people, under the leadership of Queen Esther and Mordecai, were able to write letters back to the people and to say, you have the right to defend yourself on the 13th of the month of Adar. And something amazing happened. Just by knowing that they could defend themselves, they got more energy and they understood that we have a mission. And therefore, there was the fear of all the nations who wanted to eradicate them started understanding who the Jewish people are and that we're going to change the world order. And what's amazing right now, we're 70 plus years from the new state of Israel. And now we have a regime from Persia who wants to eradicate the Jewish people. And we can only imagine what it would have been if their plans would have actualized. And we have the permission. And this is what we're looking also maybe to the king of the modern world, if we could call out to President Trump. We're looking for the nations of the world to say, yes, finish the job. We understand that we have that mission to make this world a better place. And this is a historical moment where we're no longer just responding to anti-Semitism, to people who are trying to kill us, but we are rising up like a lion. When you fall down, you rise back up. We fell down on the 7th of October. We fell down at the Holocaust. But now we're rising up like a fierce lion who's dominating the entire region and changing world order for the first time since those days, 3,000 years ago.
And when you talk about Operation Rising Lion against Iran, at the same time, the nation is more than 20 months into the war since the Hamas onslaught on the 7th of October. We've been talking here in studio, 53 hostages in terror captivity. This is a resilient nation amidst a war, hoping and waiting for news on the fate of the hostages. Very briefly, a message or an insight that you can share for the nation right now, very briefly, please.
We are living in difficult times, but rising up. Again, like I said, the name of the operation is, and if you look at the verse in Hebrew, it says you will rise up like a baby lion, and then you will be mighty like a fierce lion. We fell down and we rose up, but now we're ready to be mighty like a fierce lion. And might in Judaism and Jewish wisdom is to really control ourselves, not to be fearful, not to be anxious. Ezu Gibor, who is a mighty person, someone who is able to control himself. We're not here to try to control anybody else but ourselves. And if we control ourselves inside, we will merit to see the hostages coming home, and all of this will be behind us, and there will be a new world reality in the Middle East, and we're going to eradicate evil from the world. It's exciting times for the world. It's very difficult. We need to be strong and make our way through it, but then hopefully we will see a new reality for our children and for ourselves.
Rabbi Etiel Goldwicht, we so appreciate your insights and your message and your positivity. Thank you very much. Live from Jerusalem. Thank you.
Thank you so much.